Hey guys, what's going on? PowerTrain here, ya boy. Today we're gonna be driving some trains in Run 8 again. I've got this all set up over here. This is West Bakersfield. This is the BNSF side of Bakersfield. We've got a Union Pacific train here getting ready to depart from the looks of it. UP engine on the lead. Run through power on the rear from the looks of it from BNSF. It's a grain manifest of some sort. Let's see what we got. GBYLBAR 818A. Not sure where that's coming from. I don't know where BYL is, but BAR is Barstow, so that's going to be heading to the same place we're going. We're going to be running from here in Bakersfield to Barstow. We've been assigned to H back bar 1. H is a different symbol starter for freight manifest train. Basically just your run-of-the-mill freight train with just a mix of cars, nothing particular. We'll let this thing pass before we go over and cross the tracks. This is a crew change point right here, so that's why he was stopped. I do want to point out too, I did install a reshade pack. Not sure how well it's really coming through here, honestly, but it might be a little bit more weather dependent. I installed one that's specific to the Southern California region, so it'll make some things seem brighter and dustier, which is always kind of cool in my opinion. And he's all long one. Whoo, boy. We might be here for a while. Alright, we're gonna pull a hobo. Whoop! That didn't happen. Definitely didn't violate any rules by doing that. No siree. We are good as gold. Alright, so over here in the yard, we've got a couple of trains parked up over here. And ours is right there. So we're gonna take a quick zoop-de-doop. Alright, here we are. H back bar 1. We got 66 loads, 0 empties, 300 axles. Train speed limit is 55 miles per hour. 9438 tons, 2.4 horsepower per ton. I'm pretty sure that's like the limit for trains going over Cajon Pass. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's something like 2.4, 2.5. That's like the absolute minimum power requirement. That's partially for dynamic braking purposes too. That's not just for power getting up the hill, because getting up the hill is one thing, getting down the hill is another story. You gotta have enough dynamic braking ability to be able to keep your speed under control, because otherwise, we all know what happened at Cajon Pass at least 4 times in the past, what, 50 years, I think? So, yeah. We don't want to do that. Alright, we're gonna put the radio on here. I think our unit is actually... we're gonna hold off on that actually for now, because I think we got a few things to do first here. For starters, I'm pretty sure this unit is actually in shutdown mode, so let's... There we go. The rest of the train should be set up. Yeah, listen to that. Gurgle and vorble to life. Alright, we'll set the isolation switch to run. Already set up for short head lead. Everything else is already set, I guess. There's not really much to set here. Run 8 devs, if you're watching this, please, more breakers and switches. I crave the tangible feel of a twin pole breaker. Anyway, nerdiness aside, we're gonna switch over here. I've got the external display, just little hood set up there now on the screen for you guys. I do have to go and set up through that too. So let's see. Exit. We go to air brakes for starters. We got to cut in our air brakes. I did this with the first stream. The purpose of this little screen here is just going to be so that you guys can have a little bit of a better idea of what I'm doing if you can't necessarily see these two screens that are on there by default, because as you can see, I move around and that stays put. So I thought that was a nice little touch, and you guys might appreciate that if you want to know quite what's going on with the train and the physics and yada yada, because if you're a nerd like me, you like that sort of thing. So anyway, we're going to set it to cut in. It's already set up to lead for the independent brake, so we're going to save that setup. Yep. Alright, there we go. And now we should be set up for cut in, and the brakes are releasing. I did want to have a camera set up for my rail driver too, so that you guys can see the controls for that. Maybe I can do that now, actually, come to think of it. I did get a new webcam. The problem with that last time that I was doing the stream was that the webcam that I had facing it was doing some funky things and glitching out like a 90s VHS tape. I don't know what was causing it, but as far as I can tell, come on, go in there, damn it. As far as I can tell, it was probably due to some sort of overheating issue because, whatever reason, it liked to burn in my hand a few times. That bad. So, needless to say, I don't like using that too often. The only reason I was using it was because it's the only webcam I have that actually had the threaded part on the bottom so I could put it on my tripod. This one I have just sitting in my tripod. Anyway, video capture device, blah blah blah. Do that. Gotta make sure I'm getting the right one here. There we go. Put that over here, I guess, just in case. And this is gonna be just kinda for gits and shiggles. If I can even get a really good view of it here without the mess that is my desk getting too much in the way here. What on earth are you doing, buddy? I don't know why it looks so blurry. Maybe that's just me. Oh, there we go. Closer. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. I'll put this up here at the top left. Yeah, there we go. A little smaller. Just don't want to get it too much in the way. But again, for train handling, physics, and just generally because it's cool, we're going to put that up there. Alright, there we go. Locked in place. Now, we got to set up the end of train for the communications with the end of the train. Let's see if I do this and I go boop boop. There we go. 63674. That is our EOT ID code. 6. Come on. 6. 63674. Accept. Now we do a comms test. Almost test. Paused. There we go. Passed. Arm. There we go. And that should now allow us to be able to dump the train from the rear if we should so need to. Now, I don't know why we've got the rear saying 0 now. Give it an application release. Yeah, why is the frame rate on this camera so bad? I don't know if that's showing up on your guys' side too. Is the frame rate really bad for the second camera? Or is it just me? I don't know why I just noticed that. That's the properties here, see if it huh. Okay, now it's gone. Let me know in the chat if the frame rate for that camera is okay or if it's actually god awful like I think it is. Because I don't know. On my end, it's showing it's like really, really, really awful frame rate. And I don't know quite what's causing that. I think this thing just really does not appreciate having more than one camera hooked up for whatever reason. Oh, there we go. I don't even know what I did, but I think it fixed it. Okay. Alright, and I think that's it then. I think that's all we gotta do to make sure we're set up here. So let's see. Give it a release, see if that red on the rear goes away. I don't think it's going to, but it shouldn't interrupt anything if it doesn't. So, alright, let me get these away. Come on. Why aren't you? There we go. There we go. I just want to get rid of the mess that it was showing there. Okay. That's armed and ready. Distance setup. We'll set up the distance counter here. Countdown from preset. Countdown, modify preset. Alright, we're going to set that to the train length here, which is 4,286 feet. Save preset. There we go. And now when we go to count down, it will accurately tell us from the length of the train. And that is useful for when you're going through crossovers and switches and stuff like that, or through speed restriction areas. Oh man, it's doing it again. Isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. Sorry guys, I guess for whatever reason it doesn't like this, so that's going away. Anyway, so yeah, that distance counter is useful for going through areas where you gotta check your speed. If you're going through a crossover and you know that once you get through the crossover you're able to resume your track speed, the distance counter lets you know when the rear of your train has passed through that area, and then you just give it the stick and go, go, go. Alright, let's see, auto start stop, I think that's set. Yep, that's all good. We're doing this more or less as realistically as possible here. I don't know what switches is. Locked in. Locked axle and dynamic brake cutout and self-load. Okay, yeah, that's not anything we have to worry about. And yeah, I think screen controls, let's just double check that. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Alright, so with that, we should be able to start getting ready to pull out here. Just bring her up to notch 1 here and slowly release the independent brake. Usually when I get it down to about 20 psi at full load, it'll start moving a little bit. Now, gotta go a little lower, 15. It's done loading in notch 1, so our ammeter is showing about 303, 302 amps. Well, let's check our DPU fence. Oh, there we go. Just crawling now. DPU fence is off. Okay. I'm gonna set that up then. That way, I can do it manually as we're accelerating and just keep it basically a notch behind whatever the lead engines are doing here. Alright. And our rear is on the move. Now it's stopped. Now everything's stopped. Goodness gracious, come on. Train handling who? Never heard of her. Oh, that's because the brake cylinder is still applied on the rear units. I'm bailing off the independent. There we go. There we go. Now we're good. Now that we're accelerating a little faster than I would have liked to right off the start, but whatever. Up to notch 3. I'm just going to leave the DPUs in notch 1 as we pull out of the yard here. As far as I know, all of our switches are already set, except for the one that gets us out of the yard. So, this one's already set, right? Oh, coming out here. Normally someone else would be doing this, not the engineer. So, I apologize. But it's not my job, not usually. Anyway, off we go. There we go. And that's the last manual switch before we get to the main line here. Alright, and we're right under track speed for the yard here. Why is it still showing 4 psi on the DPU's brake cylinders? Come on. Bail off, you bastard. There we go. Stay that way. Alright, so hopefully this will be a reasonably peaceful run. You always hope for that sort of thing, nothing too exciting. But, there's always a chance that something will go wrong. And right when we would be praying the hardest that it wouldn't. After all, I do have, where is it? There's a setting here for, where is it? Locomotive failure chance is set to often. Because, realistically speaking, these days, come on. Railroads are trying to do as minimal maintenance as possible on their locomotives. The best way to get a locomotive repaired is to have it burn down or blow itself up. Actually, that's probably close to the only time that's going to happen these days, which is a real damn shame. It's funny in museums, you know, we've got stuff from 60, 70, 80 years ago, still running, maintained with pretty much the most ease that you can have maintaining a locomotive. But the companies who make all the money doing stuff these days with the modern locomotives that should be theoretically easier to maintain, nope. If they ever get put into preservation, they're going to be static display their whole lives, I guarantee it. And this is now an accurate depiction of California drivers. They can't wait for shit. I say that like I've been to California, but a few of you in my Discord server have confirmed that for me, that this is exactly the way people in California will drive. And they do. Oh, wow. Thank you, gentlemen and or ladies. You actually stopped at the crossing. Thank you. I appreciate you. Alright, so here's going to be the first point where we use that distance counter. Alright, distance start. Now when that beeps, we know that the rear of our train has passed here. Just keeping it at right around 15 for the time being. With all the switches and crossovers and yada yada. You never want to go too fast through them, because they're the only pieces of track these days that are typically still jointed. And then there's just, you know, the froggier that you hear the thunk of the wheels as it goes over. There you go. That takes a beating. And typically speaking, anything that takes a beating on the railroad is a high failure point, and you don't like them. High chance of failure points are things that will derail you, and things that will derail you run the chance of killing you. We don't like dying. Dying's not healthy. At least that's what my doctor tells me, but what does he know? He only went to med school. I'm just kidding. I don't have a doctor. You think I can afford health insurance? Ah! That's funny. Anyway. So, waiting on the beep. Waiting on the beep. Still got about 1,500 feet to go. And then we're going to have another time we're going to have to use that coming up, actually. But we had an advanced approach signal back there anyway. We're coming up on an approach, and I can see the stop signal from here, which means we're going to have to make another call to the dispatcher probably. But I also need to go back here and throw this switch once the train is past it. Come on, baby. Cruising. That is not the beep we're looking for. Different beep. $550 feet. $350 feet. $200 feet. $150 feet. I'm gonna bring it to a stop here. 25 feet. 15. 5. There we go. Distance stop. Now, that should theoretically have us pass that switch. Yep. Typically you want to throw in another extra couple of feet because it's not always the most accurate measurement in the world. So that's not too bad, all things considered. Now, right now that that switch is realigned for the main, we're going to take back off. We're going to open these cab windows too. It's a pretty nice day out here today, so. And you, sir, look like you could use a little sunlight. He's falling asleep on me already, man. We've hardly got started. Gotta get your hours of service in, man. Low for this crossing. Once again, they are deers enough to actually stop at the crossing gates. Right. Another crossing coming up. Oh, well, that's why we got the stop signal. Got another train passing through. Been bad? Call legal and loophole. We'll get you cleared. Asterisk. Probably. I love the billboards in this game. That is hilarious, man. You really gotta look at some of this stuff. Bendy and Sons Ford. Motel 8. Foamer's welcome. And there's Denny's everywhere. Denny's has to be like an inside joke. I think it's just an inside joke with railroaders at this point because they're open so late. The only place you can go to eat when you get off the train at 4:30 a.m. Go into your hotel room. Alright, keep the speed under control here for the red signal ahead. And I don't know if we're already set up to have him recognize that we're gonna be stopping here or what. So I'm just gonna make sure. They'll probably be like, yeah, hold your horses or whatever, but nope, he just gave me a Roger. That's good. We haven't pissed him off yet. You badger him too much. The truck casually blowing through down crossing gate, yeah. Yeah, they I mean, you don't see trucks blowing through down crossing gates, but I mean, everything drives through everything in this game. There's no physics for the cars. That's one of the things that makes things so funny. But it also poses kind of a problem because on a lot of Discords or on a lot of multiplayer servers for this game, they don't allow you to simulate crossing accidents. It's like a big no-no. You're not allowed to do that. If you do it, you get caught and thrown in bad jail, bad foamer jail. All right. And a nice smooth stop. Now we wait. Don't you fall asleep on me over there, buddy. I know it's a red signal. I know you want to. But if you fall asleep, I will dissect your face. Comprende? I don't think he comprendes. I will dissect his face if he falls asleep. I will dissect your face if you fall asleep. Watch my damn stream. Or else. For legal reasons, that is not a threat. Alright. Oh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, or else. And again, for legal reasons, that's not a threat. That's me asking nicely. We like to have fun here. If you don't like to have fun, you're in the wrong place. Of course, you know, I have a different definition of fun than I feel like most people probably do. My idea of fun is sitting here driving virtual trains, whereas most people probably my age have the idea of fun being going out to a bar and drinking and going to parties and being social. I don't like people. I'll stay right here and drive my virtual trains with virtual people as conductors. Thank you very much. Anyway. To prevent myself from looking like a loser any further, I will shut my mouth now, and we will... Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. Put the headlights back on full, and away we go. Still at 3, there we go. Off. Slamma-jamma, baby. Slamma-jamma those cars. Wow. Yeah, you don't want to straight to 8 with these things. The GEs, you kind of can and get away with it, honestly, but that's just because they take so long to load up. My idea of fun is climbing to 5 miles B29. Oh. If he falls asleep, steal his left earlobe. That's a good idea. His left earlobe, so that way when he goes to... he'll feel his ears missing. What's this warm, wet fluid dripping down the side of my Jeep? Must be sweat. By the time he notices, it'll be dark out anyway. He's texting me. Shut up. My phone plan telling me, oh, your phone service is gonna end soon. Better pay us again. Yeah, I'll get to it. Nerve of these people. How dare you make me pay for the services I need? How dare you provide me a service and charge me money for it? Capitalism. But yeah, you don't want to go straight to 8 with locomotives because this one in particular is 4,400 horsepower, and though it does take quite a lot of time for it to actually load up power to the traction motors, you run the risk of breaking everything in half, and we typically don't like doing that. Unless it's with your mom. Ooh, I like breaking your mom in half, but that's for a whole different reason. Yeah, I just made a your mom joke in 2025. Deal with it. I probably should have started this distance counter again. Whatever, do it now. It's not too late. Not yet, at least. And then once we get through this, our speed increases to, I believe, my maximum, which will be 55 miles an hour. Just double check on that. track chart up. Oh, that's right, that's the approach signal too, so I gotta keep an eye on that. Got another approach coming up. Oh well. We'll get through one way or another, even if we have to telescope our train through his rear end. I'm trying so hard not to make a gay joke like it's 2009. The jokes speak for themselves anyway. I don't even need to make the joke. I'll plow through his ass. Test the wipers. Yep, they wipe. You never can be too sure with these things. Sometimes something so simple that you'd think would just work doesn't. You need an example of that right in here. If you know what this is, you know they rarely work on the lead unit. And even if they don't, or even if they do work on the lead unit, don't use it. Oh no, it's just a void. Just a void. Oh, my bell is still on 0. Oh, distance counter. Alright, well, I guess I can take it up to about 40 at least, since it's an approach signal. Honestly, I'm gonna straight lead it now anyway, because it's gonna take some time anyway. Fuck you, you stupid bot. Tear him apart. Tear him apart. Grab him by the arms and legs. Oh, this is Twitch anyway. I don't think there's anybody watching on Twitch anyway. Well, we're gonna... Toilet not being modeled as a crime. You know, on the SD70 ACEs, it is though. On the Aces, they modeled it, and you can even flush it. Why? I don't know. Because it's fun. And the devs who made this game have really good senses of humor. So, can I ban this guy? I'm trying to ban the bot from Twitch chat, but I forget how the hell to do it. Oh, there it is, the little drop down arrow next to his name, that helps. And people find ways through the bot filters anyway, so it's not like it really matters. But I like to try to do my part. Alright, slowly accelerating. To what end? Oh, there we go. Good thing I didn't apply the brakes yet. They need to implement trip optimizer in these models, so you can just experience the joys that is the computer going. God. Most engineers drive with it off anyway. Trip optimizer, for those who are, for the uninitiated, is a system that's very similar to autopilot in planes. It works with the PTC system to calculate what your speed should be. Brings you up to that by using the least amount of fuel possible. Of course, signals dependent. Signals, track and speed restrictions, and of course your train's speed restriction, which is very different. Except this one is limited to 55 miles an hour, and that's because it is a manifest train. It's manifest. I'm not quite sure the reason behind that being limited to 55 miles an hour, but I do know that the double stack trains, the Z trains and Q trains, they are the priority. They take priority over everything else, and they are cleared for 79 miles an hour. A shameless self-promotion. Totally not from a plant in the chat. Thank you. You know who you are. Alright, there we go. Through that crossing. Almost didn't blow for it because I'm distracted over here. Distracted driving is a crime. Except in video games. Do it as much as you want in video games. Hello? Hello? Huh? Oh, hello. Try not to sound like the guy calling in from Five Nights at Freddy's at the beginning of the game. Challenge impossible. Ignore me. I am a psycho lunatic. I'm proud of it. You can't do stuff like this and not be just a little bit crazy. You gotta have something wrong upstairs if you're gonna be a streamer, am I wrong? If you think I'm wrong, try it. If you think you can do better than me, try it. No, but seriously though, just being a railroader in general, liking trains in general, there's gotta be something wrong with you. Oh, you've gotta be fucking kidding me. You can't be serious right now. We were just talking about this. God damn you. You motherfucker. For legal reasons, the guy is fine. He got out of the truck, he walked away. He tried calling the number on the emergency contact system on the sign on the crossing gate, but in case you didn't notice, it's a little too late because I was already right there. Right in front of the defect detector, too. Well, shit. So much for being a quiet and uneventful trip. That's California for you. Well, now what? Normally in a scenario like this, you'd wait for police and EMTs and the tow truck and the FRA to show up. In this scenario, I'm just, I don't know. We're gonna pretend that that was just PTC screwed up and dumped our train. We're waiting for the reset. Once the PCS resets and we give people at the help desk for PTC a good talking to, we'll continue on our way. There is a guy pulled over, yeah. Well, oh, good point. Yeah, okay, that works. You know what? This guy, he's the guy in the truck gets off easy today because the cop just saw that happen. Now he's speeding over to that because that's obviously a little bit more important than giving this guy a speeding ticket. In reality, this guy gets the speeding ticket, drives off, continues speeding, and then the cop goes over there, I'm sure, but that's because it's California again. I hate California in case you haven't noticed. Just so we're clear on that. It's nothing to do with the people that I like from California. You know who you are. If you're in the chat and from California, chances are I like you, so you're in the clear. But generally speaking, people like that asshole in the truck who just pulled onto the tracks and decided to park there and kick his legs up, yeah, no. Sorry, but I don't care for you. I can't fucking believe that, man. Barely 10 miles out of the yard, if that. Now I gotta charge the fucking train again. I didn't even do a departure air test before I left the yard. I left that up to somebody else. It was their fucking problem. I'm not gonna do it again now either. I said we were doing this as realistically as possible, within reason, I guess, because air tests take too long. Not doing it. Besides, the cutout system that was on the screen there, it doesn't actually cut out the brakes. I could have released the brakes before cutting in the train line, and I'm not doing a leakage test. I would hope the cop saw that too, or at least heard it. If he couldn't go over there because, I don't know, this guy's, you know, Pablo Batista with, you know, 16 assault rifles in the trunk of his car, and he's getting ready to go shoot up San Bernardino High School or something, I don't know. Just throwing names out there because I can, but that's obviously a little bit more important. This guy's, you know, Ted Bundy equivalent of 2025. Finally caught him. That I get, but somebody's got to tend to the people in that truck. Hopefully there were no people in that truck upon impact, but it's a different story. California activities. Bingo. Activities. Crusty textures. You know what's really sad though is that we have better textures than this in Gary's mod. And it's not even like the texture, it's just the resolution. Which I get why they did it for the game. Don't get me wrong. I've got like at least 60 FPS right now, and I'm pretty sure I have it limited to that. I could be wrong. I don't even know where the setting is for that. Graphics, there we go. FPS controls. Yeah, I've got it limited to 59 FPS, 60 FPS. I could probably do 120 in this game. No problem. I'm trying to set it unlimited. Come on, damn you. Alright, now. I mean, okay. I was way off. 85, I think, was the highest I saw there. But I mean, shit, you know, you could play this game on a potato. Nothing wrong with that, if you ask me. And it's not MSTS quality, if you know what I'm talking about with that. I mean, Jesus Christ, that game. The physics still kind of hold up if you do things right, and you can modify stuff too, which is really cool. It's pretty easy to modify stuff just with a text file in MSTS, just like you would in Gary's mod, if you know what I'm talking about. I know at least one of you does. So I mean, you can still play Microsoft Train Simulator today and have a good time with it. I have it on my computer, but in the form of what the hell is it? The other one, the modernized equivalent. Damn it! I can't think of the name of the program. Whatever. It's not important. Anywho, yeah, there's a modern equivalent of it that the name escapes me for some reason right now. Need more coffee. If anyone in the chat knows it, go ahead and throw it out. I know it, I swear, I promise, I just don't. It's not BVE. It's the other one that's free, but some stuff requires you to have an installation of Microsoft Train Simulator for it. Damn. Why can't I think of the name of it? I gotta see if I can find installation for it. jog my memory. If I actually see open rails. That's the one. Open rails. Open rails is good fun. Especially considering it's the only fucking train simulator I've been able to find that has a decent route of any of the CNJ's territory. And those of you out there who know me in the chat, you know I am a CNJ foamer through and through. Lady Liberty all the way. You can't find any routes of the CNJ's trackage that are, done well or, finished at the very least for any other train simulator, and it blows my mind. Somebody made the route from Elizabethport to Jersey City in trains, but it's, I don't know, that's it. And it's a short run. Somebody did the same thing, Elizabethport to Jersey City in Train Simulator Classic. It's a workshop route, but it's got no buildings, it's got no scenery at all, it's just the track. And don't get me wrong, it's cool to see that, but we hardly have anything for CNJ in Train Simulator Classic anyway, besides a few reskins for the GP9 and there's some for the F3s. Well, there's the GP40P too. Somebody made a skin for the GP40FH. There's a few things, but not a whole lot in the way of CNJ. There's a lot of stuff for trains, which was cool. Trains of the Z. Especially the Blue Comet. That's always good to see. Someone is making the Blue Comet for Train Simulator Classic, though, and I'm very excited for that. It's not DSG DDR. It's not, what's his name? No, it is DSG DDR that I'm thinking of, with the guy who made the Santa Fe 2926 and the Pennsy steamers and stuff like that. It's not him, but it's one of his friends, and he showed the progress on one of his videos, and it's really looking good. I'm very excited for that. It's a little too bright blue for me, but what can you do? It also might just be Train Simulator Classic's lighting. Okay, why aren't the rear units loading up? For some reason they're not loading up. Anyway, we're gonna continue on our way like we didn't just strike vehicle on the tracks now. But yeah, so open rails, they've got two variations of it now at this point. There's the route of the Blue Comet, which is basically everything on the New Jersey side of things. You've got Jersey City to Atlantic City, the whole route, and then you've got the Freehold branch and the Bayshore branch. Tracks that go right past where I grew up that are no longer there. Two of the stream images show the sign, the stream preview images. I have a folder with a whole bunch of screenshots of stuff that I found on the internet relating to the CNJ. And one of them is a picture of the sign that they put up in the town where I grew up, where the station used to be. And then another one is the bridge that I used to fish off of when I was a kid. And that's where I caught my first catfish. I think that's probably the only fish I've ever caught in my life, actually, because I don't do a whole lot of fishing. But yeah, it was a pretty sizable guy, and let him go, of course. but it was an exciting activity for me as a child, especially. So those two images hold a special place in my heart, but seeing it in a simulator of some sort too, it's really cool. Especially considering there's not a whole lot of documentation on that sort of thing, and it makes it hard for me to remember where the tracks would have been or find out where they would have been. I remember walking the trail that used to be the tracks, just realizing it went on forever. It basically became the main road in that town now in a lot of parts, which is, I guess, kind of nice, but I would really rather it still be tracks. And the state of New Jersey probably feels the same way now. They feel pretty dumb for ripping up a lot of the tracks that they did way back in the day. But that's their problem. Oh. Why? Are these two units even on? Yeah, they are. Huh. There's nothing wrong with them, but they are not loading up for some reason. I wonder if they just didn't have time to catch up with the reverser setting. You'll notice they take a little bit longer to load too than the lead units, so they don't push the train. Man, what is going on? I am not gonna make it up this hill at this rate without the GPU's help. Are they in dynamic braking mode or something? Contest here. I'm just gonna be crawling. This is not gonna be a good time. This is fast and it's armed. Huh. Well, guess I'm going kind of on the downhill side now. But I don't know, man. No, still going up a 1% grade. I mean, that goes to show, though. 4 units on the lead. Still don't understand what happened here, because they really don't sound like they're even running. Wonder if I remotely shut it down and then restart. Still don't even hear them notching up or nothing. Let's see if I can bring it to a stop real quick here and just do something about that. This is really not going to be a good time at all. Again, so much for this being an uneventful trip. Okay, I'm gonna do auto start, auto set everything. Just gotta make sure this is still the same now. 70771. Okay, now they're loading up. Yeah, so there was something wrong this whole time. Fuck knows what it was. But yeah, there we go. Gotta change the end of train now though. Quest disarm. Disarm two-way. Ooh. Let's not be rolling backwards because I'm not paying attention. Preferably, that would be. The NS unit being the one with the flat spot trucks. Yeah. Tracks. Yeah, it certainly does track for sure. I mean, every locomotive at this point probably has some sort of issue with that, but what do I know? Come on. I want to change the, there we go. 70771, I think it was. Seven zero seven seven one. Yep. Okay, and accept, because resetting that has reset the code. Contest. Running past. Alright, arm two-way. Boop boop. Armed. Okay. Off we go. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on, sweetheart. There we go. It's back on full. Good boy. Alright. Hopefully there will be no more issues. But the way things have been going so far, I'm not feeling too hopeful about that. I don't even know what caused that. That must have been some issue with load control system. More coffee, because it's totally not Rule G freaking coffee. Not today, at least. I should have done that. Fuck. Just put a little shot of whiskey for the taste. Like it. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe if I get stuck at a red signal, then I'll go and violate Rule G. Nah, I haven't done this today. I'm not gonna do it. Oh boy. Struggle bus. And not even really a struggle bus. We're still accelerating, just very slowly. 25 miles an hour. 5.2. Now that I've got the fence off for the DPUs, they'll be mimicking exactly what the units on the lead here are doing. So because I've got these in 8, the ones that are on the rear will now also be in 8. So I should be accelerating faster now, marginally. Marginally. Right, as long as we don't start seeing some 20s, 20 on the accelerometer, 20 miles an hour a minute, acceleration, deceleration. Start seeing some crazy numbers like that there, and you know you're in trouble. Something's not quite right. And if you don't feel it yet, you will in a moment. Hope you like the way the throttle tastes, because smack your face on the dash. Oh yeah, this isn't a desktop one. This isn't a desktop control unit. But my stand is. I should have put a dash 9 on the lead. They've got the dashboard, the desktop style control stand. And they've got PTC screens in them too. And for some reason, these ones still don't. They would probably put it right here on most units. I know they do that on the NS units at least. Some of them have it built in one of these screens too. And then over there. But this screen, if I'm not mistaken, mimics what this one does. No. I stand corrected. I think that's what it does in real life. You're wrong. Still barely struggle busing it. Just hardly accelerating at all. 25.8. Oh man. And this isn't even the worst hill. I got a red signal coming up too. Hopefully that's just because it was stopped and rolled back for a moment there. Hopefully that's not actually a red signal. The G plate. That's the grade sign. It means if this signal is red, you don't have to stop at it if you can see that the track is clear until the next one. Because it's on such a steep grade that some trains going up this hill might not be able to get going again if they were to stop on it. But any engineer worth his salt would be applying sand as he's coming to a stop anyway, because it makes it a hell of a lot easier to get going again in the event you have to stop. Alright, so let's give Otto a call here. See what the fuck he says is going on. Do I have something coming at me? What do you mean you heard me the first time? Listen here, motherfucker. You want to keep your face in one piece? You want to play games? Let's play games. Well, that means... Oh, yep, there it is. Just Going around the corner. Oh shit. Well, let's take the fence off and make these units down. Probably not the best way to do it, but I think I pushed the button too many times and it probably would have been setting them up in dynamic braking mode. I don't want to do that. Lost a lot of speed doing that though. You can hear it in the traction motors as they whine. The AI has sass? Yes. The AI dispatcher, Otto, he's an asshole. If you call him more than once, he'll get real sassy with you. Or if you've got a red signal and you call him for it, sometimes he'll be like, yeah, I know. I've got something else coming at you, basically. What's really funny is if you're an Amtrak train and you start pissing him off, you just poke the bear a little bit. He'll be like, oh, all hail Amtrak, king of the rails. It's hilarious, actually. He's a sassy bastard for sure. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We broke a knuckle, buds. We broke a knuckle. Right in front of this guy, too. He's probably laughing his fucking ass off. Hopefully it's right here. Yep. Fortunately. There's so much humor in this game, man. Like, you just gotta look for it. If you put on... no, not this. The other one. Mile marker tags. If I can remember how I'll do it. There we go. Milepost tags. And then you go to certain places. There'll be little Easter eggs. There's also that sound for replacing the cup or knuckle. Just the guy. That's hilarious too. Because for those that are uninitiated with replacing a cup or knuckle, they are not light. They are 80, 90 pounds, 70 at the lightest if you're lucky. The Type F's get a little bit heavier, and the tight lock ones, forget it. But yeah, they keep them usually in pockets on, I guess, the rears of the engines. Sometimes they keep extra ones in the units. They didn't model it on these, but yeah, there's usually spots at the corners on the end sills of the frame where they have the knuckles, and then the conductor has to get out, the poor soul, grab one that's appropriate for the broken knuckle. Of course, at that point he has to find out where the knuckle is broken, so he's walking the whole length of the train till he finds it. And then once he finds the broken spot, he's got to check to see what kind of knuckle it was. Then he's got to go back up to the engine, get the right one. Then he's got to walk back with the knuckle, carrying it. If he's lucky, there'll be another train passing. That'll let him hitch a ride, and he'll deadhead on the train until he gets to the spot, and they'll drop him off with the knuckle. That's the best case scenario. Sometimes you'll have somebody with a truck that's in the area. They'll help you transport it down to the spot too, but don't count on it. So let's see, we should be good to reset the PCS now. But yeah, carrying 70, 80, 90 pound coupler knuckle. At that point, you know, figure you walk maybe a mile back on the train to inspect it the first time, then a mile back to get the right knuckle. then a mile back again with the knuckle to replace it, and then another mile back to the engine once it's all fixed. Not a fun time. Alright. Got about 20 feet. 10. 5. Keep it coming. 2. 1. Boom. You always want to be a little bit ahead of the curve with your distance counting for the engineer, because it takes them a second to respond and for everything to react accordingly. So you may only be 10 feet away, but you say, you know, less than that to be safe. If what you're trying to hook up to is about 2 quarter lengths away, you say 1.5. You can always throw a little bit extra on there if you need to. Yes, yes, I know. I know. The air is low on the rear end of the train. I'm well aware. Yeah. It is a big-ass chunk of metal. And the heavier duty it gets, the heavier it gets. I don't know about you guys, but I like heavy metal music. But this kind of heavy metal, it's a little bit different. I like metal, but trains are legitimately heavy metal. They are tons and tons of rolling death. 240,000 pounds of rolling death. Sorry, 416,000 pounds. I forgot these units are Mondo units. They are Mondo heavy. I think technically, I could be wrong, but I think this would actually be the AH weight. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'll have to look it up. Anyway. Yeah, so now we gotta wait for that to, because if you open the angle cock all the way right off the bat, you're gonna have a bad time and you're gonna dump the train again. So you gotta sit there with it and just cracked open a little bit, because contrary to popular belief, what triggers the PCS and the automatic brakes dumping, it's not necessarily the loss of air. It's the rate at which the air is being lost that triggers it. Especially on the modern stuff. If it detects that you're losing 20 pounds, it won't bat an eye, because you could just be making a 20-pound application. Or 20-pound reduction, technically. But if you lose 20 pounds like that, something probably isn't right. And actually that applies to even the less modern stuff, because the way I think of it, and the way I saw it explained in a video, which really does make a lot of sense, is you think of the air system like a tub full of water, and you connect a pipe in between to another tub full of water. The water that's in the first tub is gonna equal out with the water in the second tub until they're both at exactly half of what the original water was in that first tub. And then you go and you add the other half back into the first tub, and it's gonna again level out into the second one. That's the process called equalization, and that's a very important thing with air brakes on trains, because it's the same concept. It's just on a downhill slope, if you think of it, from the head of the train to the rear of the train, and the water's running downhill until it's all level. You're going to have a little bit higher levels at the front end of the train until everything levels out, and a little bit lower at the rear end of the train. So, you know, halfway through the train, suddenly 20 pounds drops out, the air at the front of the train is going to equalize and rush back to level out to the median point. And that can trigger the PCS switch, the pneumatic control switch. And that dumps the train. The more you know, as they say. Let's get this shit fucking rolling again, you stupid motherfucking shitbox, cunt, fuck, shit, balls. Well, on the bright side, I now have an advanced approach. Means my next signal will be an approach. But for now, I'm okay. So long as Tren make move. Make move, Tren. There we go. Bail off. Once again, so much for this being uneventful. Man, but you know what? This is pretty realistic. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty realistic. This is a day in the life. If it can go wrong, probably will. Murphy's Law. It's in full swing on the railroad. I always like to throw in a little bit of extra. Probably when it'd be least pleasant for you. When it would be the least appreciated, everything will start to go wrong. When it would be most crucial that everything works as intended, then everything will break. You know, I feel like that is only a matter of time, my friend. Very happy I don't have to deal with Knuckles breaking in Gmod. I know that one of the coupler models, one of the coupler Knuckles, has a body group for a broken Knuckle. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know if someone has already made a script to that effect, or if it's being worked on for RLC Delta, but I think it might be that model. I think it's the one from RLC Delta. I think it's got a body group for broken Knuckle. Busted Knuckle. Of course, with Gary's mod though, that could make for some fun stuff too. But that's Gary's mod. Right, and that's what I was kind of thinking. Maybe it would be something along the lines of too, is that you can set constraints to break a certain force. But the thing about the stuff that we build, and I've tried it before, is that if you set the limit as high up as it will go, it will break immediately because the stuff that we build is so heavy. So that unfortunately does not work the way you would hope it would. Just thought of something we need in Gmod, yeah? What to think of? There's lots of stuff, but I hear what you're thinking of. Knuckle coupler model, but it's actually someone's hand. Bro. You're onto something with that one. That that would be the mega meme. Oh man, throw that on the fucking ST70 ACE high hood model. God. Just cover it with graffiti and other foamer begons, if you will. Oh right, this is a hill and a half. I totally forgot about this. This is gonna be a fun one. I'm sitting here barely paying attention to what I'm doing. And I know the speed limit starts dropping down soon too. It's down to 50, but it starts going down to like 23 around Ilman, if I'm not mistaken. This is a crazy hill, but I think I'm still pushing it a little too hard. Dynamics. Let's see. Let me just put the lead unit here and set up. Uh-oh. Wanted the trailing unit to have a little bit of something. Okay, there we go. That'll do. This hill has caught me off guard a time or two in my early days on this, because it comes up on you quick, but you can see just how crazy that is. It's a 1.5% downgrade, which in reality isn't that much, but it's quick. It's quick. I think it might dip down a little bit at some point. Uphill, you gotta charge it. Uphill, you gotta really come at it with some momentum sometimes too. But it's nothing like the hill on Cajon Pass. Where was it? I know it shows the shush you. I know it shows the maximum breakpoint is the summit. Ah, they don't show it on this one. They used to. They used to show it on the map right at summit. That the grade goes to something like ridiculous right there, and not only that, but it showed the minimum horsepower per ton that you needed to get over the hill. But I guess they did away with that a while ago. If we could have couplers breaking Gmod, I'm pretty sure the PFE constants I run would instantly shatter the moment I spawn in GTEL. Yeah, probably. That would be... I mean, you could get away with it, but you'd have to accelerate very slowly. Aren't those PFE cars wooden too? Because, I mean, splinters. Turn them into kindling real quick. Plus, just the heat from the exhaust might be enough to set them on fire, which is how they scrap wooden cars, actually. They just burn them to the ground and then pick up the metal parts that are left behind. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, wooden cars are very dangerous. Okay, I can fuck off with dynamics now. Since they're reefers and wood is a pretty decent insulator, yeah. That's a good point. But it's not as good of an insulator as insulated metal. Insulated steel. Pretty sure they're double plated. And then, of course, you've got the mechanical ones. There's also some that, if I'm not mistaken, are wood sheath, which are wooden on the inside, and they have got a layer of steel on the outside. A lot of wooden passenger cars did that. Yeah, wooden cars with journals at that. Oh. Hot box. Hot box. Hey, didn't we have a wooden car in our contest? Yeah. Where is it? I don't know. I just see a big pile of ash halfway through the train. Fortunately, it had a steel frame. Yeah, there's some cars that are like that too. They have a steel frame and a wooden body. Those insulators. Cold air, since air is about as good an insulator as you can get. That is very true. That is very true. Water works very well too, but as we know, water changes form too easily. Since when was a steam locomotive in our contest? Yeah. You just see the big plume of smoke come out from the back. Huh. Interesting. Someone started a bonfire. I don't know what to tell you, man. They must have a rider. Dropped his cigarette. Got yourself an Emperor of the North moment. Right at the very beginning when the stock car catches on fire. Catches on fire by accident. Speaking of that movie, I know I've said this before in the Discord, but I still cannot believe that Ernest Borgnine is in that movie. Like, I can't believe that's the guy who played Mermaid Man in SpongeBob, for crying out loud. How is that the same person? Apparently he's known for playing the role of the crazy, unhinged, angry guy in movies. And then got Mermaid Man. Senile old man. Can't even remember what he had for breakfast. And Tim Conway too, man. Both legends. Miss them dearly. Excuse me. I hope that wasn't too loud on the microphone. I didn't have a chance to turn it off before that came over me. That's why they call it cough.
Milepost 328.6. No defects. No defects. Total axle 300. Train speed 32. MPH. Ambient temperature 59 degrees.
Yep, speed reduction to 30 miles an hour and 2.3 miles. Son of a bitch. Up I have percent grade. But we got a clear signal. Take it down to 7. At this point, I'm just gonna try to keep the speed more or less as it is, without accelerating too much more. Because I'm afraid I won't be able to make that speed reduction that's coming up otherwise. I don't want to drop too much speed to get it out since it's still about 2 miles away. But yeah, see, there it is. I hate Yeoman as a meat spot, especially because it's just insanity here. You gotta see the track layout. I don't know why they did it the way they did, but this siding here on the left goes all the way around. To what end? Why? Why did they choose to make it go here instead of just having it be parallel? I'm sure there's a reason for it. I'm sure it's not these fucking Joshua trees, though. Like, what? I'm genuinely curious. And then again, over here. Why? Two humps, two humps. And then, here's the funny part too, is at the end of the siding here, got another one. And then you got this. This could be storage, maintenance away, from the looks of it. But, yeah, I don't know. This especially, I don't know what the point is. That's, I mean, I guess you could argue maybe it's a helper track or something, but there's a helper track back at the hill, here at the end of, where the hell was it? Not on the right board now. Gotta go to Mojave sub, here at the end of Bina, where there's that giant hill. Was there another sighting over there at 1.2? Interesting. No, wait, no, where was it? It wasn't that one then. Well, anyway, that giant hill that we were going down the 1.5%, there's a helper track situated right over there, so I have no idea why the short little stub's over there, unless it was literally just built for maintenance away stuff, storage. I would imagine with all these big mountains over here, they would need something on standby reasonably close like that for the purposes of watching out for any landslides or rock slides or anything like that. But nowadays they might have fences for that on these posts. Oh, look at that, moo-moos. Hi, Tucky. Hi, bud. The big boy. Tucky has entered the chat. What you think, bud? What you think, buddy? He likes to go for rides. If I could ever take one of my pets into the cab with me, I'd say it'd be him, but I don't know, because he likes to bonk his head onto stuff too. I'm afraid he'd bump the e-brake or something. Look at his belly! Look at his belly, boy! Look at that belly, boy! Big boy, the biggest boy, big boy, the biggest boy. Boy, though. He just lets me hold him like a baby. He isn't here. He's got some sharp claws, though, man. We gotta cut some claws today, huh, bud? Maim me with that. Oh, and you got a little dangerously close to my throat with that one, there, bud. Hi, handsome. Hi, handsome. You wanna come up? Ah. Oh boy. Sometimes I like to have some visitors. And, Tucky is often one of them. God damn, bud. I gotta keep him away from the other computer I got over here right now because I got it standing up. Let's tilt it over now. Yeah, this is I got the server machine over here too for Gary's mod, and that's what he was getting ready to knock over with his head because he likes to, like I said, he likes to nuzzle onto stuff. Goodness, hi bud. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Now he's stepping on my mouse. That's not his head against my hand. Yep. Now he's... Oh. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing? Yeah, later in the stream we might install the SSD on this thing. But, for now... What you doing, bud? I thought he was gonna lay down on it because it's nice and warm. This is another reason why I wanted to have another webcam, not just so that I could show my controller or anything like that, but so I could have a cat cam going on in the background for the people that might not give so much of a shit about the train stuff going on, but want to see the kitties. That way I can legally say I can show a pussy on stream. Scratch himself out. Hey bud. Say it again. Oh. Nope. Just want to shove his head into the microphone. Your face. You got an eye boogie. You got an eye boogie. Yeah, that's embarrassing, bud. That's embarrassing. It's the life of a cat owner. Especially one that has more than one. Oh, goodness. His tail is just going nuts over here, man. Tucky, you're stealing the show, bud. What you doing, bud? Tucky cam. Todd. Big boy. $25 in 1 mile and 23 in 1.1. Why 23? That's another thing that I've never really understood about this area. Why 23 miles an hour? Why not just keep it at 25? You go a tenth of a mile and then you're like, yeah, no, actually, you can drop it down by 2 miles an hour. Not by 5 or 10, like, you know, standards. Oh my goodness. He is shoving his head into my hand as I'm petting him. He's a clumsy guy too. I don't know why he steps around like that. He kind of waddles. He waddles more than he walks. I love him so much. It works out that we call him Duck instead of Tucky sometimes. You're just gonna see this wisp of his tail fly by every once in a while, so just bear with me. Cats are the best, man. Anyone who says they don't like cats never had a cat before, or they have, and they just didn't treat it right, because these guys are just the best, man. The best. People are like, oh, you should have kids. Nah, fuck that. Have cats. Cats appreciate what you do. Aww. Tell me about it, crybaby boy. And sometimes they're just as much work as kids. I don't get people that are like, oh, animals don't go to heaven because they don't have souls. Look at this guy. Oh, look at that. Look at that face. And tell me there's no soul behind these eyes. Tucky? Whoops, I missed that crossing. And the speed restriction of 23. Uh-oh, DPU error. That's with the mountain, I bet. You're distracting me from my job, Tucky. You're distracting me from my job, buddy. I don't know if you guys could even hear his footsteps, but he's so loud. I think I shut that other keyboard off, bud. Yeah, tell me about it. See, I've got this wireless keyboard that I use for the server machine. And it's got a switch on the back that I can shut it off with, thank goodness, because if I didn't have that, the amount of times that the server would be down because he decided to step on the keys and freeze the whole thing. It's okay, more important than not flying off a curve. Exactly. It's okay, Tucky, you can take my life. I can get another one. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Jumbo guy. He's just, I made some room over here today because I wanted some space if I was gonna put the SSD on this thing on stream. And he's now sitting immediately in the spot next to the printer. It's hard to do this when it's backwards. But yeah, no, he's just... Go ahead, bud. Take up more of the space wedge. He's like, yeah, you're damn right I am, and you're not gonna stop me. Oh, man. Wow, cats make everything more interesting, too. Especially just getting up and going to the bathroom. Oh, I gotta follow you. I gotta follow you. I gotta see what you're doing, where you're going. You might be giving out some food, and I want to make sure that I get some of that. I'm gonna be there. I gotta get some. Won't be able to get it. I'm not there. mean, I can't even remember a time before I had cats at this point. Not gonna lie. I've got 5. I've got him, I've got Chessie, I've got Patsy. They're triplets. They were in the same litter. And then we've got Maggie and we've got Charlie. Maggie is the first one that we had, and she was born right into my hands. She was this tiny, tiny jelly bean. Oh my god. And she's like my daughter, but she doesn't like anyone except for me now. And she's been this way since we brought in these 3. But they were abandoned somewhere in a park in a box under someone's truck, so we couldn't just leave them there. We were gonna just foster them for a little bit, find them another home. But if you've ever had experience with that before, you know that whole phrase, you're just lying to yourself by trying to say that you're gonna find them somewhere else to go. Yeah, okay. What you mean is you're gonna take them inside and decide if you're going to keep them and love them, or keep them and love them. Those are the only real choices there, anyway. And then Charlie, he's not even a year old yet. We just brought him in recently. I see the smoke coming out of this tunnel. Whoosh. There we go. Smoky. But yeah, Charlie's a little scaredy cat still. We haven't gotten him fixed yet, and we think that might be the reason why he's still pretty skittish. Because when he was little, before he started growing balls, he was just the littlest love bug. Because I found him outside, he was right in the backyard, emaciated, just so skinny. And he was like tiny. He must have been just a couple weeks old. He was dirty. He was having some trouble walking, so I went outside and to see if I could get him, and he went under the neighbor's lawnmower. I had to get him out from under the neighbor's lawnmower, and I grabbed him, I picked him up, and I hold him in one hand. Now I can barely pick him up with 2. Still, I don't know, still getting used to the way things are, especially with his balls, I guess. Fair enough. It's funny because, right around the same time when we named him Charlie, I realized that the name worked out because of Charlie Bucket from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Run home, Charlie. Run all the way home, and don't stop till you get there. Because that's him. He runs everywhere. But if I can ever get him to show him on stream, I will. But sometimes he peeks his head out at night, so I don't know. Maybe someday. Yeah, all that messing around over here made me kind of thirsty, huh, Tucky? Coming up on the Tehachapi Loop. Before too long, we'll be looping over ourselves. That's further up that way, I think. But yeah, another tunnel. Smoking it out. Smoking beats. Oh, come on, man. Probably taking the siding for another train. The downside of being a low priority manifest train. You're a low priority manifest train. Everyone else takes priority. know what I just realized I can do too? I'm mistaken. There we go. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't know quite how that works, but apparently that's something I can do. So, yeah. Hi, bud. Yes. Hi. Hi, father. Not really interested in you, though. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, that's not quite gonna work either. Oh well. No, no, no. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Is that better? It's hard to quite level it out because I have the windows open. And yeah. I feel like it makes for a better experience to be able to hear the shit out of the engine, but the leveling gets muddled with that too because I test it with the windows closed, I guess. I have my microphone volume all the way up, but the game volume is down to about half. So that should do the trick. Why is that? Is that too quiet now? Because I had it at about 80%. It's a little bit, well, I'd say it's probably at like 40% now. Is that alright? Yeah. I actually don't know if the volume mixer here on the computer works that way. I have run 8 set to 50% volume on my computer. Let's see, does that make it quieter on your end too? Because if that's the case, then that makes it a whole lot easier. The audio scaling is roughly exponentially quieter the further down you go. Yeah. Well, hopefully that did the trick. Good. Sorry about that, but thanks for letting me know. Big preach. I do realize it's a little loud sometimes, so it makes sense. But it's a locomotive. What do you expect, right? Alright. Oh, right. Shit. Glad I remembered that before I came right up on it there, though. Okay, I don't know what that's about. The beep I'm a-leapin'. Let's see. Same here? I didn't realize my bell was still on too. My god. I can't even hear it over the engine even with the windows open. Oh no 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 no. Oh no. I have this was an AC powered locomotive, we'd have rollback protection. Yeah, I had it at about 80 in full before, but see, that's 80%. That's way too high, clearly. I had the mixer in OBS I was using too. That's 45%. I think that's probably pretty good. Okay, yeah. Like I said, it's hard to tell sometimes because when the window's open, everything is so much louder, and the door especially. See that? You're rumble the engine more, which the sound design for this game is great, but it does make leveling a little bit of a challenge. Good. Good. Come on, don't break a knuckle on me. Love of God. Don't break a knuckle on me. I'm just trying to pull up a little bit more. Because clearly something is coming at me again. Right? It's so good. Of course, I'm using modded sounds too. I'm using modded sound sets for the engine. The beeps for the systems and stuff are also part of the external screen mod that I have there that shows up on the stream. But it's also yeah, just mods for the sound for just about everything actually. I recently modded the controls sounds for the brakes and the switches. These are not the default sounds. And then, yeah, those beeps come from the screen if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, even just the general design, I forget what I forget what the sound engine they use is, but they started using it with this one. They didn't do it with V1 or V2. How do I have, oh, I bet that's because of my stream recordings. I'm just looking at my computer and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Why does my hard drive have 87.4 gigabytes free out of a terabyte? That's probably now red because of my OBS recordings, which I guess I don't really need to save them anymore anyway. But yeah, let me see. Let me go to my Run 8 game, because I'm pretty sure there's something in the files that says the engine name. I forget what the hell it was. Audio. Fmod. Fmod. Oh, okay. I guess I have something ahead of me moving in the same direction then. seriously, dude, this game is well worth the money, especially if you've got a rail driver. Rail driver makes it so much more fun, and honestly, it makes it easier because the controls are a bit of a hassle otherwise. They're not awful. They use like that set of 6 keys. Well, I guess 9 keys if you have them. Print screen, scroll lock, pause, insert home, page up, page down, delete, and use that group of keys for like the throttle and the reverser and the dynamic brakes. Actually, no, the plus and minus button are the throttle by default. But yeah, they're different from just about any other train simulator that you'd play, which makes it kind of a learning curve. But the rail driver fixes all of that. But they're all remappable too, so if you don't like the controls set up by default, it's not that big of a hassle to go through and change stuff here. Where was it? I never mess with it, but there's it's one of these. I forget what the hell it was. There's a key combo you can hit to open up the menu for it, if I'm not mistaken. Pushing it here. Using Nachi. There we go. I think that should be okay now. I know this one's the horn menu, so I can actually change the horn and bell on the fly too, which is kind of cool. Let's see. There's some real nice ones in here. I had one that I made with an A200, but I think I did something and got deleted. I don't remember what the hell I did. It was one of the updates or something. I think I might have screwed it up. I think that one's a default one, but it's not great sound. But I bet you like that one. Sexy ass RS5T. Oh, that's gotta be like a Seaboard RS5T. Oh man. Yikes. Imagine just having that on this thing. Pretty sure that one's the one I have on. That's already in that sentence. Let's see, I had an M5 for the, yeah, there it is. SW1500s that are in the game now too. It's just so many ones to mess with too. I don't think these are all the default ones either. I'm pretty sure most of them are actually modded ones that do it. But yeah. Let's see, I want to see the road. I think 5 away though. And another great thing about this game too, even though generally speaking modding support isn't really there natively, they do have information on how to make your own horns for the game built right into the instruction manual. Make a request for the RS5TRF. Talking about the RRO. This one. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Goddamn bean sniffers. They've got me underpowered on the rear, and I guess underpowered on the rear and on the front too. Overpowered on the front, if anything. Stretching myself apart here every time. Christ. Yeah, I don't think I have the RRF. Check for a moment here while we're waiting for the shit to cooperate again. Yeah, no, we don't have that one. We got the RO, RS5T, 01. That's, yeah, just, those are both the same for some reason. RSE3L, that's like a Pensy horn. I don't know who Dave is, but he's got a sexy horn too. I think I like that one. I don't know about you, man. I don't know what BNSF's policy is on having their engineers put guest horns on their locomotives, but I can tell for sure that, oh man, well, I guess we're not leaving right now anyway. Waiting too long. Oh, we did decide already. Anyway, I can tell you for sure that there are some NS locomotives that go by my house sometimes that, definitely don't have a stock horn on them, or a company approved horn, so, there's one that has an A200 sometimes. Love to hear it. It's like a GP40 with an A200. And then the other one has like an RS5T from Chicago Northwestern or something, if I'm not mistaken. Might be Conrail, I don't know. Any hoozle, what's it? Let's see. Not dump it then. There we go. Yep. Just gonna put the rear units in 8. And then we're gonna pray. Lead units 3. Units 8. Slowly take it down here. Pen and brake. Houston, we have forward movement. Nice feature I like too. You move the camera so the head is out the window. It changes. Is that exactly how this works? No, obviously not, but it's still cool as fuck. Alright. And it's also sanded. I can't believe we barely made it out of Barstow at this point, or Bakersfield. We started off right around here. We're just here. That's us there. Started off here, Bakersfield. We're at Bealville, and it looks like they've got the switch thrown against us here, so we're going to be coming to a stop again. It's just I'm going to double check here my coupler tension too. There we go. Yeah, because I don't want to break my sick of that. And it's making me look like a chump. And I swear I'm no chump. I don't. Well, I mean, I don't. I can check Discord to see if there's any on there. I don't know if anyone's done that one though. Come to think of it. Check. I don't think it'll come up instantly anyway. I think I'd have to restart the game. One thing came up, and it's a video. Let's see. RS5T. See if that broadens my search at all. Oh yeah, no, it's a little dwarf symbol over there. Okay, I was on the side. Yeah, I am red though. Hopefully that's just because of that train that was passed by that is still in the block. Just a red signal, it won't hurt you. Yeah, so that tells me that it's just because of the train ahead of me in the block then. Alrighty then. We'll be here for a little bit. Actually, I wonder if I can get the sounds to come through here. Window capture. Discord. Right, and then let's see. This is a Seaboard RRO. That's not too bad. Keemstar train, what the fuck is this? It may be a realistic train simulator, but people still make meme horns because they can. That's hilarious, though. It's just Keemstar screaming. Ooh, that's a nice one. Sea-boned. Keemstar screaming horn, please. Oh man, I'll download it. Why not? Oh, of course you gotta open my browser to actually download the fucking files, though. Alright, whatever. Screw it. Bandwidth who? Okay, let's see. Oh! RS5TRF. There we go. Finally found one. Looks like that might be the only one, too. That's an RRO. Regular old RS5T. Another RS5TFX. Whatever that is. Download that one too. Alright. Now I will put them into my Run 8 folder, and like I said, I'm thinking if it's anything like Gary's Mod, they're not gonna come up right off the bat. I'll probably have to like go back to the main menu or something first. Where the hell is it? Content. B3 rail vehicles, sounds, horns. Bada boom. Oh, I do still have an A200 sound. It's just not where I thought it would be. Okay, let's see. It's all the way up at the top. Alright, we've got slow clear. Shitballs, come on, motherfucker. Come on. Come on. No, why did I do that? Come on. Oh. Did it go under rollback protection? Or was that a DPU error? No, it's DPU error. I was gonna say. That would be really cool. I thought the AC units did that. Okay, let me get rid of this now. F is just full orifice. Oh, really? Nobody knows? F is just full orifice, and the X is... who the fuck knows? Okay. Oh, that's good to know. At least it's not just me that doesn't know that. You're kind of the resident expert on horns like that, so. Especially when it comes to the RS5Ts, if I'm not mistaken. I'm an RS5T homer. Yeah, now I don't think, like I said, I don't think that the horn will show up right now. Let's see. If I look for the key start train, telltale. Considering it's all K5, K5, I'm assuming that's not the case then. Alright, well, let's see. World. Beep! Menu. World. Oh, BO. Close enough. No, it didn't break. It's just that, like with Gary's mod, it won't show up until you like reload the game. Because it loads and caches all the files before it loads, rather than on the fly. That's a little bit more CPU intensive. So, game developers typically try not to have that be the case. Alright, let's see. Engage auto AI routes. Set back to world time. Yeah, it's synced up to my computer's time now. That's the way I had it before too, but just a neat little feature that you can do. So if it was 4 o'clock in the morning right now, it would be dark. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it even accounts for time zones, which is pretty interesting. Okay, well, I guess that means that didn't stop working then. That's good. Yeah, good. I thought because I backed out and went back in that was probably gonna not quite work. Handbrake be gone. Oh shit. Handbrake go back. Tear apart my train otherwise. Like that! Like that. I'm not dicking around with it this time though. This time I'm not playing games. Take your broken coupler, shove it up your arsehole, and cheat. Mods, ban me. I cheated. I cheated in Train Simulator. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, I should never have stopped the train again. How? How? Motherfucker. Losing my patience and my train. Fucking hell, come on, man. Stop. Christ. I'm asking for too much. And the coupler gives you a thumbs down because you cheated. The coupler can kiss my ass. Why is the airline loss sound so good for the answer sound effects? Oh, yeah, that's when the knuckle breaks. That's the default sound too. And the default sound when you would teleport, I don't know if it still is. Gotta double check. It's the teleport sounds from Star Trek. Shut up, Dingling. Okay. Hey, I didn't want that. No. Bro, are you joking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why did it just break like 6 of my fucking knuckles now? This is just getting ridiculous. At this rate, we're never gonna make it to Barstone time anyway, before the end of the stream. So you know what? Screw it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put on your damn horn. Boom. Where's the fucking Keemstar horn now? Where the hell is it? It's gonna make me restart the whole fucking game now. Why? Yeah, it sure does look like they're made of cardboard, doesn't it? Sure is starting to look that way. But you know what? This asshole's moving. He thinks he's better than me. So we're gonna ram his ass. Oh no, never mind. Too late. Well, screw it then. In that case, don't care. I just broke it so hard it deleted itself. Oh, train removed to telescoping cars. Oh fucking hell! You're on the ground. A rail car's been pushed off the rails. You don't say. I think they all went off the rails into orbit. Because they're not here anymore. They're no longer on this plane of existence. They got the yeetest elitist treatment. Well, that's that. Yeah, probably laughing his ass off until he saw me launch into orbit or wherever the hell it went. Took me to another dimension or some shit. That was crazy. I know that's a thing that can happen in this game, but I just did not expect it to happen right then and there. Yeah. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the old Train Simulator Classic trick. If you, ironically, it's the same route. But, it was somewhere outside of San Bernardino here. Go to Cajon Sub. It was like right here at this weird crossover that they do. If you were speeding at like a ridiculous speed, and then you went over that crossover, it would just launch your train into orbit. That was one of my favorite things to do when I found out that that was a thing. I don't know why or how I discovered it, but then I realized I wasn't the only one. So you know what? Screw it. We'll got hit by the beam NG. Instability detected. Simulation paused preemptively. Yeah, seriously though. Yeah, well, this game does have a very similar method of doing things, I guess. It's just instead of it pausing and seeing the Kraken being released from the beam nodes, it's just gone. Poof. I mean, I guess BeamNG does do that sometimes too, but I don't think that's the way it does it every time. I think it just does that as like an absolute last resort. Like, if I don't delete this right now, you're going to die. Or your computer is going to die at least. So yeah, we're gonna do this then instead. We're gonna install the SSD on the Gary's Mod server. Whoa. If I can keep my tripod in one piece. Process of moving it. That would be preferable. Alright. I'll leave this up as a rail fanning type of thing, I guess, because why not? Now, I did some really jerry-rigged stuff here with the graphics card output. So, don't mind this. Sending trains into orbit is a pastime of most people, as I had discovered. Oddly enough, I guess you're not quite wrong. It does seem to happen in a lot of simulations for some reason. It's almost like they're putting it there on purpose, the ability to do that. Only deletes the stuff you managed to fuck off really bad. Yeah, when you've been a very naughty boy. I.e. crashing into a wall at Mach Jesus. Yeah. Or when you have a flat tire and then you punch bug. Yeah. When you have a flat tire on like a dragster and then you go flying into the air. That's definitely not something I've experienced in the game. Nope. Neo's dragster mod. I think I had to pay for that. At least the actual like the nitromethane dragsters that do the thing. Alright, I actually only just unplugged it. I probably should have done that before I took the cover off. Safety first, kids. When it comes to electricity, unplug it before you touch it. And then hold the power button. Hold the power button for about 30 seconds. Because capacitors hold a charge. You get the zzz, zzz if you don't remove that charge. I've had it happen in recent versions too, even. But, like I said, I was doing it with a literal nitromethane dragster, which the tires on the rear of those things are supposed to crumple anyway in the first place. I don't know if that's simulated. It may or may not be. But, okay, yeah, so here's the current hard drive. This is 500 gigabyte WD Blue. It is just painfully slow. Every fucking time I do anything with this thing. It doesn't matter what I do. It takes a full 20 minutes to start the thing. I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to leave these cables sticking out the front here, manipulate files and whatnot, and reinstall Windows, I guess, in reality on this thing. Oh, another thing. If you're touching hard drives, touch the metal frame or anything metal first. before you touch a hard drive because they don't like static electricity. Static electricity will kill them. May not be immediate, but it will. Don't change hard drives on carpets or beds or anything stupid like that either. I've actually never installed an SSD before. Very interesting. This has a cover. Huh. It has a cover for the slot for the screw. Let me put this light on here and switch to the other camera then. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. So this is the NVMe M.2 slot. This is where this baby goes and plugs in. And what's different about SSDs is that they just have a screw that goes in at the back end here that keeps them in place. What I haven't seen before though is that that's the screw hole. It has a little push pin type thing that goes into there to cover it up when it's not in use. How cool is that? I've never seen anything like that before in my life. I really like that. Okay, let's see. From here, my goal is going to be to, I think I'm going to switch the SATA cable to a different slot too, just so I can have a little bit more wiggle room when I plug that in. I wish I had money for more RAM too for this thing. But yeah, okay, so is this a multi-slot thing? No, I don't think so. There we go. Now I gotta get me handy dandy screwdriver. Now, I really wish I had magnetic screwdrivers. I just screw down the other end here until it's snug as a bug in a rug. Why aren't you going in? Well, you are. Okay. There we go. No wiggle. Now, I'm gonna take this thing out of the cage, actually, so I can put this back in because I had, fuck did I put it? I had a, there was a DVD drive on the thing, which, do I ever really use it? I mean, I don't know, sometimes. I usually use it just for, purposes of watching DVDs, but I do have an external drive for that too for this thing because it doesn't have one built in. Where did I put the drive though? I don't know where I put the disk drive for this thing because that goes into this cage I'm gonna lead you to. One moment. Found it. Put it on my other workbench. Okay. Now that should go in like that. And guess in reality, now I'm kind of torn because I'm like, oh, well, I wanted to keep these here. But I don't think that's going to quite work. I'll have to put this in after the fact. I've got files to worry about on the other one too, so on the other drive. Not really a whole lot of important stuff necessarily, but I do have the installation for Windows on there, so I guess that is kind of important. Alright, now for the VGA cable, put that baby back in, which is only, like I said, the jerry-rigged system that I have plugged in for it here is only because of the fact that the card is very old and it actually has the small form factor, the panel cover at the end, the I/O panel cover. So I wanted to do it with VGA and HDMI to two different displays, but that ended up not working out. But I can't. The VGA one is on a separate ribbon cable, whereas the HDMI is built into the card. And either way, it wouldn't fit in here with the form factor of the thing. If I put the big panel on as it was intended, so I just cut down the other one so it would fit. Right. Got it plugged in. Spins up. Okay. Now plug this back in. Oh, no, which way is it? It is this way. Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. Bigging. And come on. Bagang. Alright. Looking like Skeletor right now. Yeah, I put this graphics card in there for basically no reason anyway. This thing has integrated graphics built into it. Alert, keyboard not found. Shit. There it is. I found the keyboard. Just moving my OBS to the other screen. Okay. See how long this thing takes. Still booting. And again, that's because it's booting from this drive. Keyboard not found. At least the can't do anything. Yeah. Well, I mean, neither can I, but at least it was just not detecting that. I think that's actually kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen any modern computers give that warning before. And I'm talking about more modern computers being like anything post the PS2 ports, the pale green and the pale purple for the keyboard and mouse. That was before plug and play was a thing, for Christ's sake. If you unplugged your keyboard or mouse back in those days and then plugged it back in, you would have to restart the computer before it would cooperate and recognize them again. It's kind of neat. Neat little facts. Factoids about computerific stuff that most people don't know. Because most people that work with computers these days aren't alive. Oh, it made a sound, but as you can see, it's still stuck with the little portion of the spinny thing. Oh, there it goes. It's gone. See, this is what I've been dealing with, though. This is why I had to get a fucking SSD for this thing. This is unacceptable. Every time I have to reboot the computer, this is what I go through. At night when I go and reboot it sometimes before I go to bed, just to, have everything be fresh and slightly more secure because of all the fucking IP connection attempts that I find all the time. It resets everything and makes it a little more secure until people start trying to connect again. This is what I deal with while waiting for that. Meanwhile, this thing's a fucking beast. This thing, oh, finally. This thing, my main rig, can boot up in like 10 seconds flat and be ready to go. Even now, when this thing is, when I sign in and it's like, oh, yeah, welcome, it's still going to take another 20 minutes for shit to start. Oh my god, it won't even let me type all the keys in for my PIN. Did it? No, what? There we go. It only was taking 3 of the keys I was pushing instead of the 4. It'll still be fucking around though. When I'm fully booted up, it'll still be loading programs and starting services, and that'll take another 15 fucking minutes. And in the process, this is the crazy part. Ethernet cable. Ethernet cable. There's no Wi-Fi module on this thing. None. I had one. I tried to put it in. Because there's this PCIe slot here. It's one of the small factor things, but the network card I have is still too big, and it doesn't fit. So I was messing around to see if I could get it to fit in there anyway, because it's not the right amount of pins, but it'll still work, and it just kept falling out. PowerTrain PC password leak. Ah, yeah, I know, you saw it. ... Now I gotta change it. Damn. This is why I have so many IP connection attempts. Because it's stuff like this. I'm doing it to myself, man. It's like I'm asking for it. See? Now, black screen. Oh, oh, oh. Slowly loading the fucking icons. Nice picture of me and my wife there. Ignore that. Meanwhile, there's been a picture of us over there too, so ignore that as well. I don't know if she would want to be shown on stream, so anywho, wait for the next thing to happen here, because the taskbar at the bottom still won't show up. Push the Windows key. Nothing happens. This is what I'm saying, man. I don't know why I do this shit to myself. It hasn't been this bad though. This is the first time it's been this bad in a long time, ever probably, because it's been slow for the entire time that I've had it because, it's a little workstation, but it's not exactly made to be a gaming PC, and I'm well aware of that. I know the limitations of it all too well, but the hard drive, I think, has always been the bottleneck for any kind of performance issues that this thing has been having. So I'm really praying that I can get Windows 11 installed on the SSD, and then, I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll have a fucking bonfire and I'll just throw this fucking hunk of junk in there, because I've had some bad hard drives before. Toshiba. Toshiba laptops. I used to have a Toshiba laptop, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a Toshiba Satellite something or another from 2009. Fuck if I know. But it had a Toshiba branded hard drive in it. It failed like within the first month or two of having it. And again, that was a mechanical hard drive. Mechanical hard drives and movement, no bueno. I don't know if you're old enough to have had a CD player, a portable CD player. Try walking around with one of them with a DVD playing or a CD playing in it. You will not have a good time. It'll skip, the laser will scratch the disc, and eventually it'll be completely useless. Um, Mechanical hard drives are basically that, just in a more enclosed, untouchable inside type space, and they don't like when the disk plotter starts rattling around. So I've always been against hard disks, mechanical hard disks in laptops. But that aside, those Toshibas, the hard drives failed constantly on me. I sent the thing back to the manufacturer with the warranty because it failed within the first month. And then that one failed again. And this kept happening for I don't know how long before I said, fuck it, I'm getting a different hard drive, different brand, I'm putting it in, and I'm calling it a fucking day. And that was my first laptop. And that was not a good way for me to start my computer journey, because that was when I was like 16. I didn't get my first computer till then. Mark it with a marker or something. I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe I will. I've seen people do that before. I got a, well, let's see, I got the task manager open now. Now it's 50% disk usage. Oh, you know why that is? Because we've got a new drive in there now. It's recognizing the SSD now. So it's like, oh yeah, 50% disk usage. Meanwhile, this is the disk. This is the hard drive constantly. This is what I fucking deal with this thing. And eventually it'll settle out until you go and open another window of anything, and then it'll do this again. And as you can see, the memory and the CPU, they're not going nuts. It's, memory's about 50% usage, but it's one stick of RAM, so you can't expect much. But this is just constant. This is what I'm always dealing with this thing. Processes, it's just opening the stuff that opens up by default. Starting the server. See, I set this up with a script to start automatically with the computer. I didn't click on the icon that normally would start the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the screen and my phone, so I'm not sure where I'm pointing it. Donate the hard drives to the slow-mo guys so they can blow it up in super slow-mo. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. See, but then it does this. Steam failed to log in within 10 seconds because it's taking too long to do anything. And also, um, let's see, it's not doing it right now. But the network connection, like I said, it's hooked up to an Ethernet cable. No Wi-Fi module on it anywhere. But it'll sit there and it'll be like, oh, no internet connection. Bro, what? That shouldn't even be possible with an Ethernet cable hooked up to the thing. It should just work. Yeah, see, there it is. No internet access. The fuck do you mean? Uh, there it is, the little globe with the cross thing through it. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, this is Steam. Yeah, because you're trying to start with the computer too. I don't know why I fucking even have it set to do that anyway. Oh, yes, I do. I have the Steam Link app on my phone. So when I go to work, if something happens with the server, I can log into Steam Link and just type the word quit into the console from work. Um, but yeah, this is just, I have to have Steam running on the computer to be able to do that. This is just ridiculous. Like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Performance, let's see, because it feels like it's moving a little bit smoother now, just ever so slightly, but so let's see, I've got Windows Explorer. Come on. It's gonna take forever to fucking open Windows Explorer now. Why are you restarting Steam? No, did I not hit close Steam or exit Steam? I'm gonna do what you want anyway. Cool. Thanks. Really appreciate you totally not ignoring me. File Explorer not responding. Oh, God. I still have to deal with this just one more time. This is the last time. Hopefully. I throw this in with the fucking other pile of hard drives I've got in my closet too. I've got like 6 hard drives and they all cause some sort of issues on my computer at this point because I tried installing them on this thing because I was like, oh, well, maybe I can, put them all in and have a super computer with fucking tons of storage. Fuck off. But no, it will not. I don't remember what exactly the deal is, but they're like failed too. They keep throwing errors and breaking drivers. Okay, let's see. I've got. I don't want to have to do it through. Where the hell is it? I have the. There it is. Installation thing. Oh, wait. Oh, I probably have to partition it, don't I? Let's see. Maybe this will work. Yeah, I don't give a shit about the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. I don't fucking care. You suck my dick. Disk. Let's see if this recognizes it first, come to think of it. Why is this even running? Good. Yep. So hard disk Sentinel does in fact recognize it. That means I just have to partition it, I suppose. Damn, it's been so long at this point since I've partitioned a disk. I don't even know if I remember how to do it, especially for a Windows installation. Go to my other computer here. And then neat, I can switch right to my other computer with the push of a button. Love that. Anyway. How to partition drive Windows 11. I also haven't done it on Windows 11, so maybe that's it. I feel like I remember the disk part command. Open disk management, right click on the drive you want to partition. Oh. Create and format hard disk partitions. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay, I want to make a separate partition for Windows. Actually, no, I guess I can just do it all with one-ish. 937 is the other one that'll do then. There we go. Okay, now that that's all set up, I don't know if I can install Windows to that from this though. That's I might have to put it on a disk, on a flash disk, and make it bootable. I really don't want to have to do that though. Damn, I really don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, shit. Okay, well, I forget how the fuck to do that too. I haven't made a bootable disk in God knows how long. Um, ass. Let's see, what do I have on this thing anyway? Looks like this is a bootable disk for Windows 7 or 10, probably 10. Well, I guess I have to do that with Windows 11 again then, huh? I hope that they have made that would at least make it easier for me to do that now. Oh, whoops, I'm having more than one webcam. Okay. Oh, that stopped. Okay. We're gonna go back to this. Whoops. No. Video capture device, deactivate. Webcam, deactivate, activate. No? Why? Why do you do this? Oh, that's why, because it's active in this one. Wrong one. Whoops. Okay, just trying to go back to the face cam only here so we can see what the fuck is going on here, maybe. Possibly. No, not gonna cooperate with me there either. Oh, good God. Well, you know what? At least everything's starting to mess up now, not midstream. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm gonna add it back then, I guess, because for whatever reason that is not liking that one bit. There we go. Alright. There we go. Now, instead of pointing it between my legs, let's have it pointing between my eyes. Because somehow that's preferable. Anyway. Alright, now I gotta figure out how the hell. What is with the resolution now? Jesus. I'm wide boy. Wide. Um, transform. Fit to screen. That'll do. Alright. Windows 11. Download Windows 11. Microsoft. That's the one. You know what? I guess I can throw the window capture. Yeah, there we go. Do 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 do. There we go. I did plug that in, right? Yes, yes I did. I wish I could do it so that the whole thing. Actually, I wonder if window capture. No, that's son of a bitch. Display capture? Yeah, there we go. Hey, that's kind of cool. All right. Accept. Blah, blah, blah. I've already done basically the equivalent of jailbreaking this thing, so. No, no, no. Wait, what? No, I don't want to do it. Oh, I see. Sure. Yes. Must be at least 8 gigabytes. Jesus Christ, they've really raised the size for that, haven't they? 10.3 gigabytes. Perfect. Gotta format this bitch. Yeah, you can't find it because I'm formatting it. Give me a second, damn it. You know what? At this point, nothing's coming here anyway. I'll exit this. Okay, there we go. Format complete. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Close. USB flash drive. That's the one. I do believe. All right. Downloading Windows 11. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little over today. Just throw in this added bonus of fun stuff. I'm sure you guys really don't give a shit about this anyway, but I'm leaving it here anyway for posterity's sake, so we can say goodbye to this old slow server hard drive. Computer is typically pretty fast, but I'm at the mercy of Windows, I suppose. I'm at the mercy of the Microsoft gods. Yeah, now you can run a 150 car train in full HD. Don't count on that too much. I haven't upgraded the memory or the CPU, but hopefully it'll be. I'm really hoping that maybe we'll just warranty void if 60 FPS exceeded. Maybe, just maybe, things will be that good. Ideally, they will be. I'm not thinking that they will be, but we'll keep our hopes up on that, because we might as well, right? What have we got to lose by just saying, yeah, maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe. Anyway, oh, that reminds me. What does that remind you of? Uh-oh. One of the manufacturers in Kerbal Space Program is found lying by the side of the road. Oh. Um, Yikes. Are we talking about in the game or like one of the developers in real life? I haven't played too much of KSP, so. But I have played, I failed miserably anyway. Oh, yeah, so it's in the game. Okay. They tend to have witty things in the description of parts in the game. Yeah. I love when games do stuff like that. They put something witty and like kind of sassy in the description of an item or a part or something like that. That to me is just I love that. I don't know why, but I do. Uh, some of my favorites are What game is it? There's some in DayZ, come to think of it. I found barbed wire the other day, and they were like, "Oh, it's useful for a whole bunch of things. You can even tie someone down with it. Not that you'd want to." Okay. Whoa. Yikes. You know what? Screw it. I've gotten this. We're gonna use them. Yeah. What do you think of that React bot? I don't know if that is it picking up the audio from that? I hope it is. It'd be a little awkward if it wasn't.
This is so Gen Z pilled.
You heard it here first, guys. We're apparently pretty Gen Z pilled.
Whoa, what did I just witness?
You just witnessed the birth of the joke of Gen Z pilled being disseminated amongst my viewers now. What few of them there may be. Congratulations. I wonder how you feel about that.
This video gave me a migraine.
Me too, buddy. Me too. I'm living it. This lighting is giving me a fucking migraine, come to think of it. Yikes. I wish I could just have it off, but I think it makes the light behind me a little bit too bright at that point if I do. Anywhoozle, what's it? Whenever this thing is ready, because I would like to server sometime today. Download more dedicated WAM. Yeah, what do you think of downloading more dedicated WAM, ReactBot?
This video is why I have a peanut allergy.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but we're gonna go with it anyway. Oh boy. You know what? In the meantime, we're gonna go and let's see. Maybe we'll go to Discord. We'll put on some good old-fashioned Discord meme videos. FRA speeding in a desert. Oh, we'd love to talk of that in a server about Run 8. Anyway, these are just detector sounds and something else, I guess. Yeah, let's go to the memes channel here. We'll see what we got.
I can't run.
Boys can't hold me for too long because I can overheat.
Girls can't hold me for too long because I only pay for an hour. She's insightful.
Dr. House, man.
You can't stop our love.
I love this show, man. I haven't seen it in so long, but I've got a
normal size.
It's average sized.
I'm sure next to you it was
Compared
massive.
to you, I'm sure it was huge.
Yeah, saw that
What
coming.
will the voters think? If they find out I've had a brain biopsy.
This could leave you brain damaged.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one.
See, this is what I'm
Man,
talking about.
he is pretty predictable.
Foreman, you gotta steal this thing for me.
Are you asking because I'm black?
Let me ring up one of the homies.
To all my haters, look how smooth my skin is.
What? What? Not even relevant. Not even close. We're gonna go with it anyway, though. What the fuck is this? I guess it all boils down to a skill issue in the end.
Why is it in a cage?
Because it growled at me.
That's a lot of RPM. Is that his...
Why is it in a cage?
Because it growled at me.
What? Oh no, that is a Geiger counter. That is a Geiger counter. That's CPM. I thought it said RPM. What is that, all radium paint?
I just want to say to the haters, it's not my fault you have back knee.
Why is he so fixated on haters? I don't understand.
Looks like we got ourselves a sticky situation.
Yeah, I'd say so. Sticky situation that you don't quite understand. Yelling at fire. Or breathing fire. Hmm. Me and my dad going to check the fuse box after the power outage. Because he didn't hold the light straight. It's obviously because he wasn't holding the light straight enough. What do you think, ReactBot?
Someone wasn't hugged enough as a kid.
Right on the money. Right on the money. I'd say.
500 Magnum. 350 grain. That's a big boy. Adam.
That's not a revolver. That's a rifle. That's a riflevolver. What the fuck? Those aren't death houses. Is he stupid? Why would you go there?
Man, that's tough.
Imagine going to your own death house and expecting not to die.
Somewhere beyond the sea.
That is not going to happen.
Waiting for me.
Somebody call the wambulance.
Oh, yep. Oh, yep. Yep. Somebody calling the wambulance. Oh, man. Yeah, it smells like weed. I've got my windows open. Clearly somebody outside can't control themselves and they gotta smoke the green stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna show this to Cam Cam.
Goes just as fast as the train in Germany. No one can stop you. At least as long as you're on the Autobahn.
This is my fight song.
Oh, man. What? Guys, I don't know. I think you might have fucked up. Let's check on this. 52% creating Windows 11 media. Okay, well, I mean, at least it's past the downloading point. Past the point of downloading. Past the point of downloading. What's up with that? What?
More proof that video games lead to violence.
Can't even argue with that one. Huh. Mileposts in the middle of the road. Gets a big run in. Conductor, damn, FTO really sucks today. Auto control unavailable. Oh.
My timbers shivered.
Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look at some of our own memes then, I suppose. Memes and funnies. What do we got here? What's this? Oh. Nothing is really known about this thing. Use it at your own risk. Repurposed laboratory whiteboards. Wing connector type F. Oh. GP59, yeah. %57 progress made. Progresso. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, mayhaps we'll do some more reaction shit then. Because I've got nothing else. Got nothing better to do. And, yeah, I don't know. And I've got the React bot up now, so let's see. Can I find something worth putting on for React bot?
All I know is the porta potties over there are the highest quality I've ever been to in my life.
All right, let's check out these bathrooms. Yes, I want to see them. I'm very curious. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Wow.
Now, as you can see in here,
it kind of smells a little bit.
You have your toilet here. Now, let's just say, I'm not going to do it, but let's just say, you give one of those.
That was a lot of urine.
You got your sink to wash off the brown stains.
Oh, okay. I love a good sink to wash off my brown stains.
I don't know if the camera's picking up. There's like kind of like a Jurassic Park noise there. That's what you want in a toilet.
Wow, I'm very sold. How much?
For you, Alan? It's for free, dude.
Oh, wow. I feel honored. Thank you, Zach.
I'm just curious, is there anything else you want to show us now?
Yeah. You gotta turn the cameras off, though.
What is it?
It's a monster turn I laid in the second one.
Oh, really? Oh, that's why we went into this one. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
You hit me right in the face, Zach.
All I know is the porta potties.
I don't know what those big words mean.
Zach Hadel, everyone.
Want to see something cool? We gotta talk about danger levels, because while I enjoy a good train wreck as much as anyone else, some people appear to be literally too stupid to live. I have complicated feelings about that, because Christ knows a gene pool could use some chlorination. This is a railroad crossing gate. See this bit here? It's designed to fail in a specific way. Because of this part, if you just drive through the gate, it's gonna fuck up your paint job, but it certainly will not stop your car, and it's very unlikely to hurt you. The 1,000 tons of locomotive breath breathing down your neck, that's gonna plow through your car like it isn't even there. The point of this is to tell you to stop here, but if you're trapped in between them, it's way better to just drive right on through and let things break. Your car will protect you from driving through this. Your car will not protect you from the fuck you physics of a freight train. The point of this is to create an obvious visual stopping point for relatively rational people. It'll cause enough damage that the average asshole won't just drive through them every day. A low danger. You probably won't get hurt, but it'll be expensive to fix your paint job. But if you're trapped inside and between them, high danger from train beats low danger from scratched up cars. So divide, you daft bint, divide! If any of what I've said so far is news to you, please consider and explore birth control. We need a license to operate a motor vehicle, and you somehow manage that without being smarter than a fucking railroad crossing. We'll cheat Darwin this one time for now, but if you had to learn this from a dipshit who makes a living telling dick jokes in a basement, perhaps parenting isn't for you. Sometimes the best way to make the world a tiny bit smarter is just by you not creating even more stupid people. Condoms are cheap, easy to use, and when you're done, you get a preloaded slingshot, and that's pretty cool. Want to see some?
Oh my god. Why is he me?
Bro, I'm so dumb, bro.
Okay, so ReactBot is one of the ones that he's talking about then. ReactBot is one of them. The gene pool is stagnant, and I am the administrator of chlorine. That is what I have to say to that one. AI ruins everything.
Hey everyone.
Oh,
Peter.
Kentucky.
Sorry I'm late. It's a jungle out there. I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get these cranberries.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now then, everybody sit down, and we can say grace.
Who won? Who's next? You decide.
I don't know, guys. I think the old lady won. I think the old lady won. Old lady 1, Peter Parker 0. Well, this is taking far too long, and I'm sure anyone watching still is probably bored out of their minds. So I guess I'll probably end the stream here. We've gone over by almost an hour at this point. Wow. Usually I end an hour early. This one actually didn't run into as many issues as I had anticipated. Or rather, I never anticipate the issues, but it didn't run into as many issues as I would have expected. So I guess we can call this stream a win. So we'll end on this title card here, where you can shove a cactus up your ass directly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just sit on it and spin. Yeah, so like, subscribe, share the video, all that fun stuff. And if you enjoyed, I hope to see you again on Friday Fun Day, where we'll play something else. I don't know what, but something probably non-train related. I don't know. Maybe we'll do Daisy again because I'm getting a little bit more confident with that, and I also do have my own server set up now for me and me alone. But maybe if anybody else has any games that you'd like to play with me on the stream, pipe up, put it in the Discord chat. The Discord's in the description of the channel if I'm not mistaken. If you're not a part of it, join us. We are special ed and proud. It's what we do, like verbs.
Bro, not this again.
You know what, ReactBot? No one asked for your opinion on this except for me because I pushed the F7 key. It's my own fault. I don't know what I expected.
Nah, that's crazy.
No, you're crazy. No, I'm crazy. Anyway, yeah, so I guess anybody who's still around at this point, maybe I'll see you on Friday. Like I said, if you got suggestions, throw them in the chat on Discord.